Mr. Hart, thank you very much for making the time to speak to us this morning. So these were pre-trial proceedings yesterday.
That's correct.
Why do you think the prosecution made an issue about the former president's absence in court? Was he supposed to be there?
No, obviously if a court wants a person to appear on a specific day, that person has no other reason but to be at court. So if you're not at court, you need to give the court a valid reason to excuse you from the court proceedings for that day. So, and sickness is one of them. So you need to produce a medical certificate, and then the court will look at it, and if the court is not satisfied, a warrant will be issued. After a warrant is issued, the court can either say that the warrant will go directly into circulation, or the warrant can be held over for an inquiry to be held to see if you can come to court in person and maybe convince the court otherwise why you were not at court.
Now, the medical certificate in question, we've heard the judge saying that it did not contain the Brexit number of the medical practitioner, and also just the wording on the document. Some of the information was scratched out. Was that enough to raise alarm bells?
No, obviously, Tolly, if you look at a document, if a document is altered in any way or tampered with in any way, the person who made that document need to initialize next to wherever alterations or tampering has happened for that document to carry legal weight in a court of law. So if you don't initial, say for instance, if I draft a contract and I don't initial next to my changes, then it means that changes never came into effect. The parties need to, so the doctor who issued the sick notes was supposed to initial next to it. And I know people might say that president's illness, former president's illness is a matter of national security, and the government institution, the military hospital, a document issued by them normally is seen as a public document. Then you would accept it prima facie sort of half as proof, like a marriage certificate. But there is a little bit of issues there for me.
Explain to me this whole issue around the health of a former president being a matter of national security. I'm a layperson. I would love to understand, why is that an issue?
Because obviously if you look at presidents, former presidents, they enjoy the protection of the state because they held a position of trust. They still have the secrets, because it doesn't mean if you go away as a president, you don't know what the secrets of the state are, because you were privy to those information. So even so, if you land up on a doctor's table that is anti our government, they can torture the guy there, they can use his medical information, all those type of things. So that in itself means that that president needs to be protected by our country so that our country's top secrets don't get out to other countries. So that's more or less the sphere that they're playing in. But for me, it's a gray area there.
Could the doctor that's treating the former president be subpoenaed before court to explain the state of health of the former president?
Yes, obviously. Because the thing is, like, the doctor can be subpoenaed, but one needs to also know that there's also that doctor-client privilege, and just like a lawyer-client privilege. So there is that privilege. So a person then has to claim that it's privileged information and he doesn't want the world out there to know it. But if, like they said, they want to have an inquiry in camera, still there will be public, because you'll have your stenographer, who are not saying that these people might go out and actually divulge the sickness of the former president. So there is that catch-22. So one cannot just say, okay, we'll have an in-camera thing. Information can still leak out. This is South Africa. Information gets out.
Elton Hart, thank you very much for making the time to talk to us this morning, and thanks indeed for your insights. He is a legal expert.